Hello again, Year 5 and 6, it's me, Mrs McKee, back in my hut, ready to make some more music. I'm going to move back here so I can see you. I hope you've all had a little bit of a break over the last couple of weeks. I'm starting again just after that what was half term, and I am ready for some new activities this time. I hope you enjoyed our chair drumming and some of the body percussion. And we're going to just extend that a little bit over the next few videos. But what I thought we'd do is, being that we're all very sad and we're not able to do our end of year production, our musical, as we would have done, I thought perhaps we should do something that has something to do with a musical. So I found a song from a really, really famous musical called West Side Story, called a Mambo. The Mambo was a dance craze in the late 1950s. And then I thought, well, okay, so why don't we look at some other South American and Central American dance crazes and dance music that we can do some more percussion with. So to start off with, we are going to do a bit of a body percussion song based around the mambo. It's called the sing-up mambo. It has a rhythmic body percussion pattern and a little bit of song in between each pattern. Okay, so let's start with the pattern. It goes like this. My go first. Hey! Okay, a bit at a time. I'll go first. You do it. Knees. You do it. Feet. You do it. And then you do a stamp. Hey! Hey! Okay, so I'll do it all the way through one more time, and then you join in with me. Off I go. Hey! Let's do it together. Off we go. Now this happens quite often during this song, so I think by the end you'll either have burning thighs or you'll be quite bored of that pattern, but you'll know it very, very well. Okay, so the song bit that goes in between those rhythmic patterns goes like this. It's like a little kind of echo. I said hey, hey, I said hey, hey, I said ho, ho, I said ho, ho, I said come on down and do the sing up mambo. And that's where we do the pattern. Okay, so let's do a little echo. My go first. I said hey, hey, I said hey, hey, I said ho, ho, I said ho, ho, I said come on down and do the sing up mambo. Let's try that together. I said come on down and do the sing up mambo. Okay? Shall we try it just one more time? And as with all of these, if you get it wrong, go back and rewind and do it again. So the whole thing is my go first. I said hey, hey, I said hey, hey, I said ho, ho, I said ho, ho, I said come on down and do the sing up mambo. Let's go, off we go. I said hey, hey, I said hey, hey, I said ho, ho, I said ho, ho, I said come on down and do the sing up mambo. Do you think they've got that now? I hope so. Sing it with lots of energy because it's a really energetic dance. I don't know if you can kind of feel the groove of it already just by singing it. We're going to do that little verse and the rhythmic pattern now. Off we go. I said hey, hey, I said hey, hey, I said ho, ho, I said ho, ho, I said come on down and do the sing up mambo. I hope you can hear my feet. Okay, so what happens in the rest of the song now is that we have part 1, 2, 3 all the way up to 10. And we have little rhyming things that match those parts. So the first one will be going, that was fun, let's do part 1. I said hey, hey, I said hey, hey. Did you get the idea? Part 2 goes like this. Just for you, let's do part 2. I said, hey, hey, yeah, get the idea? You can imagine what happens next. 3 is just for me. 4 is on the floor. 5 is look alive. 6 is join the mix. 7 is yes, it's heaven. 8 is it's your fate. 9, just in time. And the last one, 10, that's the end. So you'll get the idea of the pattern as we go along, I'm sure. Okay? So, as I said, your legs will be burning by the end of this, but you'll be wide awake, I hope. So we start with the I said hey, hey, and then all the numbers with the rhythmic pattern in between. Here we go. I'll turn it up a little bit as well because we need this loud. It's dance music after all. Can you feel the groove? Feel the pulse? Sounds like Strictly Come Dancing. Ready? I said hey, hey, I said hey, hey, I said ho, ho, I said ho, ho, I said come on down and do the sing up mambo. Hey, that was fun, let's do part 1. I said hey, hey, I said hey, hey, I said ho, ho, I said ho, ho, I said come on down and do the sing up mambo. Just for you, let's do part 2. I said hey, hey, I said hey, hey, I said ho, ho, I said ho, ho, I said come on down and do the sing up mambo. Hey, in your knee, let's do part 3. I said hey, hey, I said hey, hey, I said ho, ho, I said ho, ho, I said come on down and do the sing up mambo. Hey, 4 on the floor, let's do part 4. I said hey, hey, I said hey, hey, I said ho, ho, I said ho, ho, I said come on down and do the sing up mambo. Hey, with me, let's do part 5. I said hey, hey, I said hey, hey, I said ho, ho, I said ho, ho, I said come on down and do the sing up mambo. Hey, join the mix, let's do part 6. I said hey, hey, I said hey, hey, I said ho, ho, I said ho, ho, I said come on down and do the sing up mambo. Now it's heaven. Yes, it's heaven, let's do part 7. I said hey, hey, I said hey, hey, I said ho, ho, I said ho, ho, I said come on down and do the sing up mambo. It's your fate. It's your fate. Let's do part 8. I said hey, hey, I said hey, hey, I said ho, ho, I said ho, ho, I said come on down and do the sing up mambo. Hey, just in time. Let's do part 9. I said hey, hey, I said hey, hey, I said ho, ho, I said ho, ho, I said come on down and do the sing up mambo. It's the end. It's the end. Let's do part 10. I said hey, hey, I said hey, hey, I said ho, ho, I said ho, ho, I said come on down and do the sing up last time. Hey! Fantastic. I love that. That's great fun. I'm quite hot. hot and definitely warmed up now. So let's have a little sit down and talk about what we're going to be doing next. Excellent. So hopefully you could hear in that song there were some really distinctive rhythms going on there. So not just the ones that we were clapping, which is a really distinctive South American rhythmic pattern, but some other really big drum patterns going on there. And maybe you could hear some other percussion instruments tapping away in the background. So what I'm going to need you to do for next time, and I've asked lots of Key Stage 1 to do this as well, but yours are going to be a bit more complicated, is to make yourselves some junk percussion instruments so that we can play some of those rhythms over the next few weeks. So when I say junk percussion, I basically mean anything around your house that you might stick in the recycling or just find in your garden shed or your understairs cupboard, whatever you have that's safe to play without it A, breaking, or B, driving your mum nuts. So you might want to find things like, if you've been doing lots of baking, little sprinkles tubs filled with beans or dried rice or something like that. That makes an excellent shaker sound for South American percussion. Things like crisp tubes. If you don't want to use foodstuffs, you could even put gravel in there. Milk cartons, they're really good. And if you've still got your chopsticks or your wooden spoons left over from your chair drumming, they're going to come in useful because you can tap these. Yeah, you could fill it with beans and stuff and shake them. Paper clips, something like that. But you can also use things like this. If you're, make sure that your parents make sure it's not sharp, you can use a tin can. Sounds a little bit like a South American instrument that we'll find out about in a couple of weeks' time. Just makes a... You get two different sounds out of one, so that's really good. I bet you've got those somewhere. But you could also use some bigger things as well. I don't know if you heard in that song, there were some really deep drum sounds. So you could find something like, I don't know if this is possible, like an old dustbin or a massive old plant pot, or even a bucket. An empty bucket would do the job. And you could also, you know those wooden spoons I was talking about? You can make yourself a bit of a beater out of a wooden spoon, just in case your parents are worried that you're going to put the stick through the end, through the bucket or something. So all that's happened here is you could use a wooden spoon or just a plain old stick or a chopstick or something. You could put a sock, an old sock or something like that, and wrap it round the end of the stick so it's really quite thickly padded at the top, and then put, I don't know, hair tie or an elastic band or something like that. Can you see there? So that it makes a padded beater rather than a sharp end of a stick. Sounds pretty good as a drum. So that's your little project for next time, is to go and find yourself something that you can play some of these rhythms with. Now in South American music, usually each instrument gets a different kind of rhythmic pattern. So if you wanted to be really flash and have an assortment of instruments, so maybe a tin can, a shaker, and a drum, or maybe two drums, that would be amazing, because then you would be able to join in with various different rhythmic patterns. Okay, so that's your little bit of homework for next time. If you've only got time to make one for next week, that's great. That will be absolutely fine. So, as I was saying, we're going to be looking at the Mambo from West Side Story. Now I'm going to be sending Mrs Thornton a resources sort of sheet that's got some websites that you could have a look at, and it's also got a clip of the Mambo from West Side Story. Now West Side Story is a super famous musical, and it's always voted the #1 musical ever. It was made into a film, and it's the clip I've sent you is the actual bit from the film where the mambo happens. So it's a dance craze, as I said, that originated in Central America, in Cuba. And it was a bit, I don't know, it was a bit exciting for the 1950s, early 1960s. So it was a little bit radical, let's put it that way. But on that resources sheet, I'm going to give you some information about West Side Story and the musical and where it comes, where this song comes within the story. It's basically a retelling of Romeo and Juliet. So if you were a year 6 and you did some of that Shakespeare stuff about Romeo and Juliet, then you might know the story already. Okay, so I also want you to go and have a little read of that resources sheet, and if you get time, have a watch of the clip and also have a look at the BBC 10 Pieces clip, which gives you a little bit more information and shows you an orchestra playing it too. Okay? So I thought if you do that, it might be nice to know what some of the rhythms from the mambo piece are. I'm not going to do the super complicated one this time, that's the really famous rhythm, but we're going to do 2 of the other rhythms, and we're going to give them words to help you remember how the rhythm goes, but also to remember some of the instruments that would play these rhythms. Okay? So we're going to do these with our invisible claves today, which are our clapping hands. We're going to do a little bit of Spanish as well, because in Cuba they spoke Spanish. So the first rhythm goes like this. You've got to imagine a pulse going through, all the way through, like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And watch out, because this rhythm doesn't come in on that first beat. Like most South American rhythms, it's syncopated, it's wonky. Okay, so it goes like this. 2, 3, 4. Clave, 1, 2, 3. Clave, 1, 2, 3. Clave, 1, 2, 3. Clave, 1, 2, 3. So, can you feel that pulse? If you're feeling flash enough to be able to do that with your feet and clap, then I'm amazed. But if not, just clap with me. Ready? So we come in after the 1. Straight after the 1. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3. 1. 1, 2, 3. 1. 1, 2, 3. 1. 1, 2, 3. Did you get it? The clave is the special Spanish word for, you know, we call them claves, but they're claves actually. So we're talking about in our invisible claves on that one. Got it? Super. Okay, next rhythm has got a few more beats to its pattern. We're still going to go this 4, but you're going to have to clap a bit faster on this. Okay, so it goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to New York to play timbales. 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 So that's a reference to West Side Story because it's set in New York with 2 opposing gangs. And it also refers to timbales, which are South American drums. They make a really sharp, cracking sound. Okay, so let's see if we can do it. Should we say it first and then we'll clap it? So it goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to New York to play timbales. 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 Okay, so if you can say it, you should be able to play it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to New York to play timbales. 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 Do you remember the first rhythm we did? Claves, 1, 2, 3. Let's do it. Off we go. 1 clave, 1, 2, 3. Claves, 1, 2, 3. 1 clave. little challenge for you then now is to see if you can play the opposite rhythm to what I'm playing. So if I'm going to do Crazes, 1, 2, 3, see if you can do Go to New York to play timbales. Do you think you can? If you're not quite so confident about it, rewind, go and do the little bit we just did then, and then come back to this point, okay, and see if we can do it. Right, I'm going to start with the Crazes, so you see if you can do Go to New York to play timbales, okay? After 4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go to New York to play. Let's go to New York to play timbales. To New York to play timbales. Did you do it? I'm quite clever being able to say a different one to the one I'm clapping, don't you think? Impressed? Okay, so I don't think I can do it the other way around. I'll do New York, you do Crazes, 1, 2, 3. All right, here I go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I expect that was more difficult, wasn't it? But as I said, rewind, practice a few times. Okay, so there are 2 of the rhythms from the Mambo from West Side Story. And next time I see you, we'll do a little bit more work on that. And we will look at our junk percussion rhythms as well. It will all become clear. It's not completely random. It's just everything I could think of to do with South American, Central American dance music. It's great. I love it. So, because I've given you a little bit of homework, this video is going to be a little bit shorter than usual, okay? But if you want to, you can learn a little bit of a round that you could do at home, if you wish, that's about the biggest volcano, I believe, in Mexico. Popocatépetl. Can you say it? Popocatépetl. Popocatépetl is a big volcano. You say it. Popocatépetl is a big volcano. Far away in Mexico. Far away in Mexico. Popocatépetl, old Popocatépetl. Popocatépetl, old Popocatépetl goes bang! Sizzle, sizzle, bang. You do it. Goes bang. Sizzle, sizzle, bang. Let's just say the words all the way through. Okay? I'll do it a couple of times just so that you can join in. Off I go. Popocatépetl is a big volcano far away in Mexico. Popocatépetl, old Popocatépetl goes bang! Sizzle, sizzle, bang! Do it. Popocatépetl is a big volcano far away in Mexico. Popocatépetl goes bang! Sizzle, sizzle, bang! Okay, so those are the words, but it has a tune. And I'm just going to swap over the CD so that we can hear it as a round. Oh, it's quite tricksy. But it basically goes, Popocatépetl is a big volcano far away in Mexico. Popocatépetl, old Popocatépetl goes bang, sizzle, sizzle, bang. Okay, so I'll do it like that time for you. Off I go. Popocatépetl is a big volcano. Popocatépetl is a big volcano far away in Mexico. Far away in Mexico. Popocatépetl, old Popocatépetl goes. Popocatépetl, old Popocatépetl goes bang, sizzle, sizzle, bang. Your go. Bang, sizzle, sizzle, bang. Okay? So this has got a load of folks doing it as a round, but let's see if we can just sing it a few times with that on our own. Okay, you ready? Oh, turn it down a bit.
Popocatépetl is a big volcano.
Here's the tune.
Far away in Mexico.
Ready to start? Popocatépetl is a big volcano far away in Mexico. Popocatépetl, old Popocatépetl goes bang, Sizzle, sizzle, bang. Again. Popocatépetl is a big volcano far away in Mexico. Popocatépetl goes a bang.
So you won't forget that Popocatépetl is a big volcano.
And that's the end. We can do that next time. So, hope you've enjoyed that this time, and I hope I see you again. Oh, sorry. Button didn't press properly. For some more West Side Story Mambo stuff. Don't forget your junk percussion, and have a little look at the resources sheet that Mrs Thornton, cross fingers, is going to send to you before next time. Take care, everybody. Bye.